Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So here there is a question. Can you elaborate differences between religion and spirituality? See, in religion, there are do's and don'ts. There are, what shall we say, rituals also, do's and don'ts, all of them, vidhi, nisheda, all of them is considered, all of them is included in religion. Plus there is worship and things like that. Dharma is there. And spirituality is understanding the essence. When you understand the essence, and when you connect to that, when you relate with that, that becomes spirituality. So a person may be very religious. Sometimes we find that. Some people are taking Ishvara's name all the time, then doing fast and japas and so things like that, puja and everything. But they may not be spiritually oriented. They may fail to see Ishvara everywhere. They may fail to connect at that level. They may be doing japa, but they may miss out on this. So spirituality is understanding the essence everywhere. And as your understanding grows about spirituality, then one becomes mature. Whereas it's not necessary that by by fasting and things like that, you have this kind of spiritual understanding. It is not a rule that one who is religious is spiritual. You have to work for it. You have to understand all this. Only then and then will religion help you in spirituality. Got it? Could you please tell the significance of worshipping Dakshinamurti and how Pujya Swamiji decided on worshipping this deity at AVG? Yes. See, this Dakshinamurti, is not a very regular devata. Like we do know Shiva, we know Devi, we know Vishnu, Brahma, all of them. Brahma also not that much. But Shiva, Vishnu. But Dakshinamurti is an incarnation of Lord Shiva. He is incarnation, avatara of Lord Shiva as a teacher. So he is supposed to be the first teacher. In the line of all the teachers, the first one is Dakshinamurti. And Dakshinamurti has all the main features of Lord Shiva only. But he stands for knowledge. Dakshinamurti stands for knowledge. And he sits in the north facing the east. Sits in the north facing the south. Dakshinamurti. He sits in the north facing the south, which shows that the teacher is in the north and students are in the south facing him. So the knowledge in our culture, Himalayas stand for knowledge. All the sages are there, all the purity and sacredness, all of that is on that side. And from there it flows. So the teacher and the Himalayas and the knowledge, all of them is signified by northern side. And from there it passes. So we face the northern side. So whenever in our puja room also, when we want to put Ishvara, altar in our puja room, then we choose either the northern side or the east side, preferably. And as I said, he signifies knowledge, and he is the first teacher. So it is said, Mauna Vyakya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattva Yuvanam. So he is very young. The teacher is very young. And what is the language in which he speaks? Mauna Vyakya. So the vibrancy and the vibes which he passes on are so powerful that it is said he need not speak. What is the language in which he speaks? It is Maunam. Maunam means he keeps quiet. Even though he keeps quiet, and yet his very presence is so powerful that merely by sitting in front of him, all the doubts of the students are resolved. They need not ask, because he is lecturing, but lecturing in which way? By keeping silent. By Mauna Vyakya. Vyakya means speaking, elaborating. But what kind of elaboration or description or speaking is it? It is Maunam. It is by keeping quiet. He is there, and students are sitting before him, and all the teacher is here, it is the other way around. Teacher is young, and all the students are old. All the sages which were sitting before him, all of them were seniors, and the teacher is young. But the age is not important. What is important is the one who has knowledge. So that is Dakshinamurti. And as I said, all his features, there is Ganga also there. Then in one hand, he has 4 hands. In one hand, there is Mala. In another hand, there is a book. In another hand, fire. And things like that. So all of them have some meaning. So that is Dakshinamurti. And in Dakshinamurti also, there is Medha Dakshinamurti. So there is a mantra that, what is that? Om Namo Bhagavate Dakshinamurtaye Mahyam Shriyam Medham Prayacha Swaha. O Dakshinamurti ji, may you please shower Medha. Medha is the power to grasp and retain. Not only to grasp, but to retain it. Sometimes we grasp it, we understand, but we cannot retain. So it goes away. So we pray to Lord Dakshinamurti to grace us such that we gain the knowledge as well as grasp it, as well as retain it. So that in course of time, we abide in the knowledge. So, because the significance is such, Pujya Swamiji decided to keep the altar of Dakshinamurti ji in all the 3 ashramas. Here also, in Anaikatti also, we have one ashram that is in Coimbatore. There is a hill, and there we have one ashram that is Anaikatti. There also Dakshinamurti is there. Then there is one ashram in Nagpur. There also Dakshinamurti is there. In Rishikesh, we do not have Dakshinamurti. It is Shiva temple. In Rishikesh ashram, which is on the banks of Ganges, Gangaji, it's a beautiful ashram. Outside there is Gangaji, and on the bank of Gangaji we have this ashram. And there we have Gangadhareshwara. So Shivalinga is there, such big Shivalinga is there. So there Dakshinamurti is not there. Yes, but on the sides, very recently Dakshinamurti ji is placed there. Very recently, I think 2 months back, 2 or 3 months back in Rishikesh, on the side they have put Dakshinamurti. They have Ganesha also over there, Sri Shankaracharya ji, his murti is there, and now Dakshinamurti ji is also placed, and Hanuman ji is also there. And in the center, there is this Gangadhareshwara, and behind him is the Parvati, Hemavati. So it stands for knowledge. So that is how in Rishikesh we do not have Dakshinamurti, but now it is placed. It stands for knowledge and Medha. That is why that is placed as the deity or the murti over here. Then we worship him day in and day out. When you worship day in and day out, and all the bhaktas and all the seekers, they pour their prayers day by day. The murti also, becomes more lively. It no more remains stone. When the prana pratishtha is done, When the prana pratishtha is done, what happens? The prana comes. It is no more inert. This is our Shraddha. And literally, they open the eyes. They open the eyes. So then it becomes live thing. So that is the significance. See, for Shiva, when you want knowledge, you go to Shiva. Shiva stands for knowledge. He stands for Vairagya. Vishnu Bhagwan, he stands for all power and overlordship and Aishwarya and things like that. Then Devi, then in that also we have three. Durga is power, protects you. Shri, that is Lakshmi, is wealth, all kinds of wealth. Saraswati, as you know, is knowledge. So all different deities stand for something. It is hard to come to an understanding that I am Bhagavan. Could you please add some explanation as to why and how should I work towards coming to this understanding? Okay. See, when we say that we are Bhagavan, we are not the Upadhi of Bhagavan. Upadhi means his name and form. You are, as far as the body is concerned, his body and your body, that is Bhagavan's Upadhi. That is what we call Upadhi. That is his exterior form, name and form and qualities. That is an adjunct given to Bhagavan. Here also, there is a small Upadhi, small body, limited knowledge, all of them. There the difference is, definitely the difference is. But when it is said that you are, Tattvamasi, that thou art, it is not oneness between the Upadhis. It is not that both the Upadhis are same and you have the power of Bhagavan. When it is said you are that, doesn't mean that you now become Vishnu and you get that power. No, you remain what you are. The Upadhi remains, the body remains what it is. But where is the oneness? Oneness is in the essence. Ramana Maharshi Ji writes this, Isha Jiva Yoho Veshadhi Bhida. The difference between Jiva and Ishvara is in their costume. Ishvara's costume is all powerful. He has limitless power and all of that. He is omniscient, omnipotent. My Vesha, the costume that this person has, is limited. I may have lots of talents and capacities and things like that. No matter how much I have, but still it is limited. Even if I wish to, I can walk, but I cannot fly. I cannot swim. I cannot sing. I may have one thing, not other thing. We do not have a versatility in every aspects. So, this body is limited, definitely. His body is limitless, yes. The difference is there in the costume. In the Vesha, there is difference. But where is the similarity? Isha Jiva Yoho Veshadhi Bhida Sat Svabhavatu Vastu Kevalam. But as far as the essence is concerned, it is one. I will give you example. There are different ornaments of gold. There is one bangle, there is chain, there is earring, then there is nose earring, then bracelet and anklets and so many things. All these ornaments are there. Chain is not bangle. Bangle is not chain. Bangle is not anklet. Earring is not chain. So, but where is the similarity? What is similar between a chain and bangle, and what is the difference between chain and bangle? What is the difference? Their name and form and their the place where you wear it, that is different. Chain is worn here. It cannot be worn here. Bangle is worn here and it is not put here. In the costume, in the name and form and usage, they are different. But where is the similarity? Content. Content is one. Similarly, between me and Ishvara, similarity is in content. not in the form. And what is the content? There the gold is the content. In between bangle and chain, the content is gold. Here what is the content? Chaitanya. Call it Chaitanya, call it Asti, Bhati, Priyam, or existence, consciousness, happiness. The consciousness in me and consciousness in Ishvara, existence in me, isness here. As far as I am concerned, this body is concerned, it will be said, Paraprajnananda is. Ishvara is. Ishvara's body is different. Paraprajnananda's body is different. But Paraprajnananda also is. Ishvara also is. Is means existence. There is difference between this and this also. This is what shall we say? This is a basket. For basket also I will say basket is. It reveals itself. So consciousness. And it is useful, means it is ananda. Even this paper is. Form is different. Is same. Between this object and this object, there is difference in name and form. But where is the similarity? Paper is. Basket is. Bottle is. Remove is. Remove isness. Just as remove gold, where will the chain go? Remove gold from the bangle, from chain, from anklet. Then what is left? Nothing. Similarly, from this, from this, from this, from this, from table, from chair, everywhere, remove isness. Remove consciousness. Remove priya part. Means usefulness. It will cease to exist. So you can't imagine anything without isness. Earth is. Sun is. Earth is a small planet. Sun is different. Jupiter is different. Saturn is different. Earth is different. But Earth also is. Jupiter is. Saturn is. Isness in them is common. You follow what I am saying? Just as is gold in chain, gold in bangle, gold in anklet, gold in earring, gold in nose ring. Gold is same. Names and forms and functions are different. When I say, what is the difference? Where is your question? That it is hard to come to an understanding that I am Bhagavana. You are not Bhagavana. Your body is not Bhagavan. But who is Bhagavan? Where is the similarity between your body and Bhagavan? Bhagavan's body. Bodies are different. His knowledge and your knowledge is different. Bhagavan can do anything. I can't even lift this table. Bhagavan knows everything. I don't even know African language, Chinese language. So many things we don't know. We may know one or two things, not everything. That is not the case with Bhagavan's Upadhi. He knows everything, all languages. So there is difference in the level of costume. Just as chain and bangle, difference in costume. But where is the similarity? Where is the oneness? Oneness is in content. So you are not Bhagavan as far as the costume is concerned. You are Bhagavan as far as the content is concerned. Content is just one in me, in you, in chair and table, in stars, in earth, everywhere. Content is just one. We have to appreciate that content. We have to know that content. And by knowing, just as by knowing gold in a small bangle, when you know that gold, that golden part, I mean gold in a chain, you know the gold everywhere. Is it not so? If I know gold in a bangle, I at the same time know gold where? In all the ornaments. The forms are different, but content is same. Similarly, I may not be Vishnu. I may not be Durga. I may not be Lakshmi. But who am I? As far as the body is concerned, this is a small body. But where is the similarity? In the content that is Chaitanya, which has no form, no name, no parts. It is just awareness. Awareness means consciousness. Consciousness means it shines. Shines as I always am. Effulgent. None of the things of this creation are shining on their own. They are all shining, which means they reveal their existence. That a thing is, how do you know? Because it reveals. How do you know the moon is? Tell me. Because it shines, although on the borrowed light of the sun. Similarly here, Atma is, it is, isness is there. Atma means it shines on its own. No generator, no electricity, no power is required. It shines on its own. Self-effulgent. That is where the similarity is between this body and Ishvara. Understood? Not as far as his power and my power are concerned. So Hanumanji says this very beautifully. There is a samvada, there is a magnum opus called Sita Rama Samvada. There is this work, very great book called Sita Rama Anjaneya Samvada, which means the samvada, dialogue is there between Sita ji, Rama and Anjaneya. Anjaneya means Hanumanji. And talk is going on. Then Rama is asking to Hanumanji that how do you relate to me? He is asking Hanumanji that how do you relate to me, Hanuman? Tell me. And Hanumanji says, that dasa buddhi, as far as the body is concerned, very brilliant reply is given. Hanumanji is very intelligent. Mano buddhi manojavam maruta tulya vegam jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtam. Of all the intelligent people, he is most intelligent. Hanumanji is like that. So he says that as far as the body is concerned, whenever I am identified with the body, which means when I look upon myself as body, then I am your servant. He says, then I am your servant. I look upon myself as your servant when I am identified with body, with this gross body. When I am identified as a jiva, that I am an individual, then I worship you, he says. I am your devotee. That is what he says. But when I look upon myself as Atma, he says, then we are one. Who says this? Hanumanji says that when I look at my Atma, look means when I appreciate myself as Chaitanya, then we are one. But when I am identified with the body, then I am your servant. And when I look upon myself as Jiva, then I worship you. I am your bhakta, different from you. I worship you. You are the master and I worship you. You are the Lord and I am devotee. But when I look upon myself as content, Atma, then we are one. This was his reply. Similarly, Here the question is, I have difficulty in understanding that I'm Bhagavan. You are not Bhagavan if you think that you are body. But if you come to know that you are Chaitanya, then you are Bhagavan. Not the body of the Bhagavan, but the content of the Bhagavan. Got it? Sometimes after listening to all this, people get it in their head, I'm Bhagavan. It so happened, that in one of the camps in Rishikesh ashram, and then after listening to Tattvamasi, it got in one person's head that I am Bhagavan. And then he went to take a dip in Gangaji. Then he's not coming out. He doesn't come out now. Water is so cold, freezing water. It doesn't come out. Others were worried. Wife was worried, why does this fellow doesn't come out? He will freeze there. So they said, come out. He said, no, I'm Bhagavan. Nothing will happen to me. Didn't come out. So everybody was worried, Then that some elderly person came and gave him one big hard slap on his face. He said, why are you hitting me? He said, you are Bhagavan, I'm not hitting you. Then he came back to his senses. But you are not Bhagavan at the level of body. At the level of body, you are a mortal being with all the limitations. All the problems with head and leg and stomach and head, everything. Bhagavan will not get headache. Bhagavan will not have acidity. No problem. But we will have if we eat more. Some people are atheists because they feel that most wars and violence in the world is perpetrated in the name of religion. Therefore, they do not want to belong to any religion. Is that correct? No. No means the understanding has to be made correct. See, some people are atheists. They are atheists because they feel that most wars and violence in the world is perpetrated in the name of religion. That is wrong understanding of religion. That is why. If you had correct no religion tells you to kill anyone. Does any religion tell you that go and kill this man because he belongs to another religion? This is what happened in Pahalgam. You know that? Are you aware of that? They asked their religion. If you are Hindu, gone in the name of religion. But is that religion? Is your understanding correct? Which religion asks you this? Each and every religion will ask you to respect others, whoever they are, to whichever caste and nationality they belong to. Not a single religion will tell you. They do not have correct understanding of Islam also. Which religion asks you to do that? So just because they go on the wrong path in the name of religion, should we hate Ishvara? Should we not believe in Ishvara? What kind of reasoning is that? What kind of reasoning? Just because everybody cannot follow religion, doesn't know, everybody is given to violence, so I don't believe. Hurry! They do it because they don't know. You need not follow them. You have the correct understanding. Go to someone who knows the thing properly and correctly and change your thinking. We need not be atheists because of that. Got it? For a common person like me, who I should consider as Ishvara? Yourself. But not again. At which level? This should be very clear. Otherwise, you will move about being Ishvara. And some people do say, I'm Bhagavan. Some sadhus also. And then everybody bow down to me and do this and do that. There is some problem. There is some problem. For a common person like me, who should I consider as Ishvara? Ishvara is everywhere. And which Ishvara? Asti bhati priyam. That is Ishvara. In one meaning. Other meaning is, whom should I consider as Ishvara? Whoever you believe in. If you believe in Shiva, he is also Ishvara. If you believe in Vishnu, he is Ishvara. If you believe in Devi, she is Ishvara. As far as the content is concerned, both are same. But as far as the omniscience is concerned, omnipotency is concerned, compassion is concerned, all of that is in Ishvara. In the costume of Ishvara. Is it Lord Shiva or Lord Krishna or both? Both are Ishvaras. What is the role of all the three deities? All the three main deities are given functions. Brahmaji creates. That is his function. Vishnu sustains. Shiva destroys. Again, Brahma creates. So all these are all deities. Just as in government, in each country, you have a finance minister, then you have home minister, defense minister. So they look after those portfolios. They are given that. All of them are working for the country. But then different things are delegated to different people. Similarly, delegated. What is Vishnu given to sustain? What is Brahmaji, what work is given to him? To create. What is given to Shiva? To destroy. There are gunas there. Brahmaji means Rajas. There are three gunas. Gunas means the effect of Maya. The effect of Maya is called gunas. And gunas are three. Which are they? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Whenever some creation happens, understand there is Rajas there. Wherever sustenance is going on, understand Sattva. And wherever destruction is, understand it is Tamas. So Brahmaji requires Rajas. Vishnu requires Sattva. That is predominant there. And Shiva, although knowledge, but he requires Tamas to destroy. So, accordingly, the work is delegated. Is it Lord Shiva or Lord Krishna? Again, you can look upon Krishna also as everything. In that case, you are paying attention to the content part. This is how Lord Krishna, when Lord Krishna gives the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, he often says, in the verse we just were studying, Matsthani sarva bhutani. All the beings are in me. Not in Krishna, the son of Devaki. Not in him. But in whom? The content. And what is that Satchidananda? In that Satchidananda is everything. So even though he uses the word Matsthani, in me, worship, so don't think he is talking as Krishna. He is talking as Satchidananda. Understood? So, both are. That way, everybody, Shiva, Brahma, Devi, all of them are can be looked upon as Satchidananda. And you, although the form may be different, but you worship that. That is fine. Sometimes I see devotees of Shaivas and Vaishnavas arguing about who is the Supreme Lord. Please clarify. Yes, they do fight for my God is better than yours. There is, in the medieval times, this was the big thing. Worshippers, devotees of Shiva, will look down upon devotees of Vaishnavas. They will not even utter Shiva. Shiva they will not utter. And devotees of Hari, that is Vishnu, will not utter Shiva, and these people will not utter Hari. Why? Because the same minds will go there also. But then these fights are there because of looking at the costume. But if you look at the content, there is no fight. So you should look upon your Ishvara also predominantly as having the content. The form may be anything. Form may be anything. And forms are good. See, in our culture, we have so many forms. So many different forms are there. Each to whatever you like, you can. Everybody may not like the form of Shiva, because here there is snake, here snake, snakes everywhere. So you may be scared. So everybody doesn't like Shiva. Some may like Vishnu. And some may feel, what is this? So many ornaments. Is he Bhagavan? They may not like Vishnu. Some may like Brahma. Others may not like Brahma because he has 4 faces. Things like that. So, whatever you like, there is a gamut of deities. Take whatever you want. It's good in a way. Everybody is born with certain samskar. In this life, if I have been devotee of Krishna, it's not going to happen that in my next life I will become devotee of Shiva. This only will continue. Why? Because that is the orientation of my mind. In the same house also. Husband may be worshipping someone, wife may be worshipping someone. It happens. Nothing wrong. As long as you don't fight. And as long as you respect each other's Bhagwan. Not that mine is better than yours. What is this, mine and yours? So, I see devotees of Shaivas and Vaishnavas arguing about who is the Supreme Lord. Please clarify. See, there are different Puranas also in our literature. There is Vishnu Purana, Shiva Purana, Devi Purana. Whichever Purana you read, if you are reading Devi Purana, understand rest of the Devatas are shown as being little lower than Devi. If you read Vishnu Purana, Vishnu will be the main one. And Brahma and Shiva, everyone will be worshipping him. If you read Shiva Purana, Vishnu will be worshipping Shiva. That is how they write. But that doesn't mean one is bigger and smaller. Everything is same. So whoever you like, you can worship. There is nothing big and low. That is why, Tulsidas ji and all these big saints came. And they did a great work on this. They tried to synthesize. They will show in Ramayana that Shiva will continuously be taking the name of... Shiva is the great bhakta of Vishnu. And Vishnu is the great bhakta of Shiva. So Vishnu is Shaiva. And Shiva is Vaishnava. Vaishnavas and Shaivas may be fighting with each other. But Vishnu himself is worshipping Shiva. And Shiva is worshipping Vishnu. Worshipping means, this is how it is shown. That there is nothing big or small or good and bad or more being a better Lord than others. No such things are there. Please comment on tardiness, ongoing cell, phone, messages, phone, ringing during the class, and individual responsibility. Yes, you are right, it should not be. Everybody has to be careful. And certain discipline has to be there. But if one doesn't take that responsibility, after having reached a certain stage and you are all grown up, it doesn't look nice to all the time point out that don't bring your phones, and it doesn't look good. One has to understand, that understanding has to arise. We have to conduct ourselves in keeping with the environment. And we can make mistakes. It can happen. But as far as possible, we have to take that responsibility. So in certain things, to always point out and to say, we are not, respecting the other person when we point out such things. So in this case, I personally feel that it doesn't look nice to say all the time that switch off your phones and do this and do that. That is meant for children, not for grown-ups. So they have to understand on their own. And better that they understand on their own. If we say it doesn't look nice. So that much responsibility everybody has to take. Certain things we have to learn by ourselves. During meditation, heard Om, pronounced Om by one voice. What does that mean? I didn't understand this. During meditation, heard Om, pronounced Om. I didn't get this. Om, Akara, Ukara, Makara. These are the 3 syllables. A, U, Ma. It stands. I'm not supposed to. The question is not that you explain Om, but I have not understood what is asked, so I'm telling it on my own. That Akara stands for the waking state, Ukara stands for the dream state, and Makara stands for the sleeping state, deep sleep state. Akara, different things. Akara for this realm, Akara for the intermediate realm, Makara for the other realm. So there are supposed to be Bhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. So Ma stands for different things, for different Vedas, different states, different Devatas also. So Ma, mainly it stands for the 3 states. And Turiya, when you chant Om, Om, then your lips gets closed with Ma. So the entire creation is included in this 3. U, Ma. This is Jagrata Avastha, waking state. The other state is, which state? Swapna Avastha. See, these are the 3 different experiences, no? This is waking state, where we are all awake. Dream state means you go to sleep and then the mind creates its own world. That is dream state. See, all these states exclude other ones. When the waking state is going on, dream state is not there. When you are dreaming, waking is not there. And when you are sleeping, that time, waking is also not there, dream is also not there. You are just sleeping. So at a time, just one state is there, either waking or dream or deep sleep. But this much is creation. But when you close your mouth, Ma means the creation has come. Creation is included in that. When you close your mouth, then what is there? Silence. What is that silence? Turiya. What is that? Turiya means 4th one. It is not actually 4th. It is the one which is there even in waking, even in dream, even in deep sleep. But the Turiya is separate from all of them. It is in everyone, but Turiya is on its own. It's the 4th one. It is neither waking, you cannot call it dream, you cannot call it deep sleep. All of them, all the 3 cannot be without Turiya, means 4th one. 4th one means Atma. Atma is in the creation. But in Atma, not necessarily that the creation is. So that is silence. That is the real nature of the self. So when you say Om, with 3 syllables, the creation got included. And now, when you close your mouth, there is turiyas, that is silence. That is signified by this kind of thing which we do on Om. We do Om like this, and over that there is Ardhachandrakara. That is called turiya. That is called silence. So silence is the reality on which these three states signifying creation is superimposed. Just as we talked about in the morning. Satya and Mithya. Satyam is that silence. Upon that, the creation is superimposed. And creation got included in A, U, and Ma. This is a different topic altogether. I think it is already time up. Last question. Which version of Bhagavad Gita you are referring from? I would like to have a copy for my... It is Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Gita Press book has Bhashya on one side, that is Shankaracharya. The verse is also there, and the Bhashya, Shankaracharya's Bhashya is there, and on the other side is the translation in Hindi. This is the Gita Press book which I am using, if you want to know that. And it is available everywhere, so that you can have. All the questions are over. There is no time for bhajan also, so shall we conclude? Okay? Om Purnamatah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So this was the last session of Satsanga, and tomorrow you will have meditation, and the first class will be Sadhan Panchakam, and then 11 o'clock will be my class. There also we'll be concluding the 3 verses which are left, and with that we'll have Guru